Once again, just bear with us here tonight. We don't really know a whole lot about wrestling, so we'll just leave it at that. But there is good picture and scoreboard, so
Denison must have gotten the forfeit win at 138. And so right now the score is St. Albert 24, Denison 12. So we'll have that in the little scoreboard up top. And we're back. So again, we're in injury timeout here at 1:45. This is David Helton from St. Albert and Jordan Von Tersch from Denison Schleswig. St. Albert leads the match 24-12. Next we'll have Denison Red Oak. And to cap off the night, we'll have St. Albert Red Oak. For St. Albert, they have pins at 106 with Zach Williams, 126 with John Helton, and 132 with Andrew Crawley. Helton leads this match 2-0, 40 seconds left in the first. Helton has been in control. John and David are two of the triplets. Sister is the third. Good move by Helton there. Working on the pinning combination right now. Has the elbow lock, and now he'll reset. 3 back points for Helton. Again, Charlie Narmy, Alexis Narmy, who know very little about wrestling and wrestling broadcasts, but we figured if we can get you the video and get you the score, it was better than nothing. So we're happy to be here on StAlbertSportsFan.com. Beautiful move here by Helton. Can he get him turned? He cannot. Dangerous. Actually, into the first period. Into the first period, Helton leads 5-0. And Alexis, they're fixing the score up there. I think St. Albert did win that match at 138. So St. Albert actually leads 30-6. You've already got it up there. Helton will start down low. Again, this is David Helton at 145. Helton gets the escape for 1 point. Now he'll reset and look for a 2-point takedown. David Helton's a freshman. Von Tersch also a freshman from Denison. St. Albert has done a nice job filling out most of the weights this year. Biggest team they've had in years. As with most things, things on the upswing here at St. Albert. A lot of action in the first. These two feeling each other out a little bit more in the second. We have 1 minute left here in the second period. Both working the wrist. Now Helton will step back and reset. I want to thank Lisa Dunning, who will be providing us a few pictures tonight. She is helping with the St. Albert cheer squad. Here's Helton in on a single leg. And he'll try and work his way up there. He gets 2. Again, St. Albert leading the match 30-6. 2 for Helton. Helton leads 8-0 late second period. David Helton, Jordan Von Tersch. Here comes the mat boy. He'll tap the referee in the back. That lets him know when it's time. It's not a big of a concern here in a one-on-one type match, but in a tournament, it's essential. You can't have buzzers going off everywhere. So he'll tap him on the back, and that'll be the end of our second period. David Helton leading Jordan Von Tersch 8-1 after 2. Helton will start on top. Helton nearly had a pin earlier in the match. His brother John picked up a pin earlier. Actually got himself in a bad position, did John, but worked his way out of it and got the pin. Here's David working on the combination. Gets Von Tersch back down to the mat, where he'll try and sprawl out. Again, Charlie Narmy, Alexis Narmy, who know very little about wrestling. So if we make a mistake, we do apologize. But thank you for joining us here on StAlbertSportsFan.com. Helton might have a little something brewing now. Might be working an underhook there. Not now. Got about 1 minute left here in the third period. St. Albert leading the meet 30-6. Helton leads 8-1 here in the third. Good defense here by Jordan Von Tersch. And now Helton will let him back up. So 1 for Von Tersch, 8-2, 40 seconds left in the match. Von Tersch almost gets a single leg, but Helton will work his way around. He'll take a 10-1 lead, 30 seconds to go. Denison coaching staff said they need one. Helton will give him one. That could be the difference between 4 and 5 point score. St. Albert coach is wondering why to let him up. So Helton will need to take down here to get the extra points for the team. St. Albert coach is letting Helton know he needs points. Helton exhausted at this point. He'll get the win, though. Good win by David Helton at 145. St. Albert takes a 33-6 lead. So again, that extra team point with the takedown might have been 34-6. Let's hope it doesn't matter. It's currently 33-6 St. Albert. Good win by David Helton. And we think both weights might be open at 152. We'll have to see. They don't announce it ahead of time. We will have the number 3 wrestler in the state coming up for Red Oak at 195, Carter Maines. He is Jake Chantilly's cousin, for those interested. Okay, so at 160, we're going to skip to 160 now. We'll have Cale Hobbs for St. Albert and Leo Arojo for Denison. Leo Arojo for Denison Schleswig. Cale Hobbs for St. Albert. We're at 160 pounds. Arojo gets 2. Might get back points. Looks like he will. 3 back points, so he's already ahead 5-0. Good fight from Cale Hobbs. Works the bridge. Leo Arojo trying to find the winning pinning combination. Cale Hobbs fights it off. This is quite a fight from Hobbs, but Arojo will get the pin. Good pin there by Leo Arojo for Denison Schleswig at 160 pounds, so they'll get 6 points there. Cale McLaren coming up for St. Albert at 170 pounds, and Jackson Hildebrand for Denison Schleswig. Good action here early on. McLaren and Hildebrand, 170 pounds. I don't know much about wrestling, but in 15 seconds I can tell you these are two skilled, quality wrestlers. Good fight from McLaren. Somehow avoids the takedown. Hildebrand still working it though. Good sprawl from McLaren. We still have no points, no takedown awarded either side. Good action. And McLaren somehow works his way into a pinning combination here. Gets the takedown, maybe the back points. He will. McLaren trying to maintain control. McLaren leading 5-0, 1 minute to go here in the first. McLaren trying to work his way around to the back to maintain control. Actually now working the ankle, trying to get the roll. Cale McLaren leading Jackson Hildebrand 5-0, 45 seconds to go here in the first. McLaren's got to get that right ankle underneath. And now he'll get the roll. Possible back points by McLaren. Cale McLaren almost with the pin here. Referee might have been on the wrong side. At least to see it. McLaren's got him tight once again. Got to get both shoulders down. More back points coming. 14 seconds left in the first period. Cale McLaren, Jackson Hildebrand, 170 pounds. McLaren with the roll once again. 2-1 into the first period. Cale McLaren, dominant first period. As we go to the second. Scoreboard shows McLaren ahead 8-0. I thought it might be a little bit more than that. Again, we're at 170 pounds. St. Albert, Denison, Schleswig. Good work by McLaren again. Get Hildebrand on his back. Really aggressive wrestling from Cale McLaren. Absolutely love to see it. Could be the best St. Albert wrestling team in years. Cale McLaren's a junior, leading 10-0, minute 30 to go here in the second. St. Albert leading 33-12 in the match. Escape for Hildebrand. Gets 1 point there. Hildebrand's a freshman, trying for the double leg there. McLaren fights it off. No advantage awarded yet. And here's McLaren once again working for the pin. 2 point reversal from McLaren. Now can he get back points? Leading 12-1. Going to get 3 for the back. Darn near a major decision at this point. They're going to check and see if that's the major. Need 15 points. Yeah, we show 18-1. That should be the match. Really great match from Cale McLaren at 170 pounds. So here's the rule. He led by 15 points, and as soon as you get to that point, it's over. Major decision. 5 points for St. Albert. They will now lead 38-12 after 170 pounds. St. Albert will win the duel. It should be 38-12 by my math. I believe it's 5 points for the major. Yep, there they go. Now they've got it corrected. 38-12. Again, I want to thank Lisa Dunning for the photos that she's currently taking that we will have posted tomorrow on StAlbertSportsFan.com. Trenton Fender will pick up the victory at 182 pounds for 6 points. So that'll give Denison 18. St. Albert leading 38-18. They're really struggling with this the scoreboard here at St. Albert, but Alexis has it correct for you. St. Albert leading 38-12 as we go into 195. This is going to be Ben O'Neill from St. Albert. Ben's a junior. And they have not announced the Denison wrestler yet. Did he say Alcarez for Denison, Alexis?
I have no clue.
Okay. Well, this is Ben O'Neill from St. Albert, 195 pounds. St. Albert leading 38-18. Yes, 38-18 is what St. Albert lead is. 38-18. We're at 195 pounds. Ben O'Neill. The next weight class will be 220, then they go up to 285. We don't believe that St. Albert will be wrestling a 285-pounder tonight. So we think St. Albert will have this match and one more. Again, this is Ben O'Neill for St. Albert, and we did not catch the Denison, his name. Again, tell your friends we're on YouTube live right now. St. Albert Sports Fan. Denison or Red Oak. Charlie Narmy, Alexis Narmy, Catherine Narmy. None of which know very much about wrestling. But at least we can get you the video and we can get you the score if you couldn't make it here home early after work. Ben O'Neill with the takedown, and now he'll let him up. So a takedown is worth 2 points. An escape is worth 1. You have a match score and you have a team score. O'Neill with the takedown and an immediate pin combination here. Can he get it? He will. Both shoulders touch the mat. Match is over. O'Neill with the pin. St. Albert now leading 44-18. Again, St. Albert leading 44-18 over Denison and Schleswig. The Monarchs in town. It'll be Max Rodriguez at 220. Max Rodriguez at 220 for Denison. And Gage Somerville at 220 for St. Albert. Rodriguez is a senior. Somerville is a sophomore. And here we go, the big boys, 220. They start at 106. We're currently at 220. Somerville and Max Rodriguez. Got some young Falcons in the stands tonight, checking things out. Seen some new faces in the crowd tonight as well. For a lot of people, I think this might be their first wrestling match. Rodriguez with the takedown. He's got Somerville in trouble. Again, in high school, college, Olympic, amateur wrestling, both shoulders just have to touch the mat for a moment. Somerville works his way out of it. St. Albert great Jake Gentili in the house tonight to see his cousins wrestling for Red Oak. Mike Noon in the house tonight. St. Albert. Pretty decent crowd on hand here at the Palace. Rodriguez still in control, and he'll get the pin over Gage Somerville for St. Albert. And so it'll be 44-24. Good effort there by both men. Up next, in the next match, will be Red Oak Denison. St. Albert will take a breather. We'll log off for just a moment. And then we may log back on and do the Denison Red Oak match for you. So St. Albert is open at the heavyweight position. So St. Albert is going to win the duel 44-30. 44-30. Excellent win there by St. Albert. Charlie Narmy, Alexis Narmy, Catherine Narmy. We are StAlbertSportsFan.com. We are going to log off And, Alexis wants to stay on.
Oh, we're just going to keep the camera on, but we'll turn the audio off. We'll just keep the camera on.
And then
It's easier.
We'll fix the scoreboard. But St. Albert wins match number 1 over Denison Sledge 44-30. Charlie and Army back live with you on StHubertSportsFan.com. This is Red Oak versus Denison right now. Red Oak leads 36-6. This is Bruce Lukehart from Red Oak at 170 pounds versus Jackson Hildebrand at 170 pounds. Bruce Lukehart leads 2-0 late here in the first. The match score is correct. It is 36-6. We're at 170 pounds. Ten seconds left here in the first. Bruce Lukehart from Red Oak, Jackson Hildebrand from Denison. Lukehart's a senior. Hildebrand's a freshman. And we'll go to the second with Lukehart leading 4-0. Again, for those of you not aware, those broadcasting right now know very little about wrestling, but we are very happy to be bringing you wrestling here from the Palace here at St. Albert. And again, this is Denison, Red Oak. St. Albert won the first match over Denison and Schleswig 44-30. Red Oak and Denison now at it, and St. Albert will wrestle Red Oak last. Lukehart leads 5-0. Pretty nice crowd on hand here tonight. Red Oak section is filled in nicely next to us. And again, if you're somewhat new to wrestling, a St. Albert fan maybe tuning in for the first time to a wrestling match, there's the team score, then the individual match score. The team score is what we have listed. Red Oak leading 36-6. We do not have the match score listed for these. We will list them for the St. Albert match. But in this match, Bruce Lukehart currently leads 7-0 here, 55 seconds to go in the second, but we may not get there. He'll get the pin. Bruce Lukehart gets the pin over Jackson Hildebrand at 170 pounds. Looks like we will have wrestlers for 182 pounds. They're checking at the scores table right now. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors tonight. We'll get to them between matches. I want to thank Joe and Army, our new owner on StHubertSportsFan.com. Big Hat, any cattle? If your grandma gets run over by a reindeer, she may be entitled to compensation. ArmyLaw.com. Here we go. 182 pounds. Zach Guerra from Red Oak. Trenton Fender from Denison and Schleswig. Fender in the fireman's carry. Can't quite get there, but can he get the takedown? We have no points awarded yet. We're still in neutral. And now Fender will get two. Fender, a senior. Zach Guerra, also a senior. Red Oak cheerleaders down at the bottom of your screen doing a fine job. One of the things you love about high school wrestling, they had it going on the mat there pretty good earlier. Currently at 182 pounds. I want to thank Alexis and Army for working the setup. We truly would not even know how to turn the computer on and broadcast this without her, so thank you very much. We will have broadcast tomorrow night for Saints and Falcon basketball here at the Palace, facing Shenandoah. Fender was in some trouble there. Garrett gets the reversal. Trenton Fender still in control here. Late in the period. Almost had the elbow. Now he's a little too high on the shoulder. Now he'll work from behind. He has arms locked, working on a cradle. That'll be the end of the period. End of the period. We'll start neutral. Want to thank Al Lewis, Owen Bergen, and Ken Meschling for working the scores table tonight. Once a wrestler, always a wrestler. Kind of like a Marine. Lewis and Bergen down working score table. They have nobody involved up here, but happy to help. Al Lewis, former coach. Owen Bergen, former owner of StAlbertSportsFan.com. And also, of course, a St. Albert wrestler back in the day. Fender almost had Garrow there. Going to have a good one coming up, we hope, at 195. Got the top-ranked wrestler here in the gym tonight, Carter Maines. Ranked third in the state, 195 for Red Oak. About a minute left here in the period. Again, Red Oak leads 42-6. Great bridge by Garrow. May not be enough. Fender's got him locked in tight. Zach Garrow working hard. I don't know if he can work his way out of it, though. Might just be a matter of time with Fender. Good fight, though, from Zach Garrow. And Trenton Fender will get the pin at 182 pounds. Give Denison 6 points, so make it 42-12. Then we'll go to 195. And we will have a match here at 195. You're going to see the number 3 ranked wrestler in the state, Carter Maines from Red Oak. I think he has 10 straight pins. Want to thank the Glass Doctor. There goes Mike Noon across your screen. Very nice of Mike to be in the house tonight. All right, Red Oak, third-ranked wrestler in the state, going for a quick pin, and he gets it with 7 seconds. 7-second pin from Carter Maines, third-ranked wrestler in the state for the Red Oak Tigers.
Don't know a lot about wrestling, but that was kind of cool.
For those watching at home, that is the first cousin of Jake Gentili. Irene Gentili's nephew.
Is the score right? Is it 54-6? Is that what I'm seeing?
It should be 48-12. Your score is correct.
Okay, good.
Now it's going to be 48-18. 48-18. I think we will have a match at heavyweight. We start at 106, and we go to heavyweight at 285. Alexis, you had the score right before the scoreboard. Good work.
Thank you.
We will have a match at 285 pounds. Hunter Portals from Red Oak. Eric Turkios from Denison Schleswig. Heavyweight match. Love to see it. Here we go. Hunter Portals from Red Oak. Eric Turkios from Denison Schleswig. Here at the Palace on the Hill at St. Albert High School. Charlie and Army, Alexis and Army, Catherine and Army on the broadcast with you tonight. Heads might be glued together, we're not sure. And now they'll separate. There will be some wrestling over the weekend. Otherwise, these teams will all be heading into St. Albert will have their Christmas break. The public schools will have their winter break. Hunter Portlace thought he had something. A reversal from Eric Turcos. Turcos now with possible back points. St. Albert will be wrestling at the Shenandoah Dual Tourney on Saturday. And again, so it'll be just like this. They'll wrestle another team, all weight classes, and then go to the next. Eric Turcios, the junior from Denison Schleswig at heavyweight, will get the pin over Hunter Portlace. Will make the final score 48-24. And that will end the match. Red Oak, the winner, 48-24 over Denison Schleswig. We'll go quiet here for just a moment, possibly. No, we're gonna go to 106. They start at 113 apparently. We're gonna go to 106. This match is not over.
I have never watched wrestling before except for WWE, so this is interesting to watch.
So we'll change the weights back down to 106.
Oops.
There we go. A little more movement here in this match. Last match was a good one, though. We do not have the names here at 106. Let's see if I can find them. This might be a JV match here. One moment.
Jack.
We think that was a JV match. I like it. They're here. Get them wrestling.
They changed the score. I'm confused.
I think that was a JV match. I think this might also be a JV match.
What weight's this? No clue.
No, don't know. I don't think it matters at this point. I think this is a JV match. Matters to these two young men, though. I always said I think the two gutsiest things in high school activities would be getting on the mat in a singlet, wrestling another guy your own size, and somebody singing on stage at a school play. Stalemate, locked hands.
Isn't that a chess term, too? I feel like I've heard that.
You have a checkmate in chess.
No, it's like stalemate where neither player can do anything. I don't know.
Yep. Denison looking for the pin, though, here. I think they're going to have it here rather quickly. Good fight, though, from Red Oak. Trying to get that left leg straightened out. Got to get a little lower on the knee. He'll get it there. Falcons warming up on the side mat. They will face Red Oak next. Red Oak has been dominant here tonight.
Very entertaining. You could come up and still watch the Falcons wrestle here. My first wrestling, what do we call it? Meet? Match? All of the above? Falcons won against Denison.
So it'll be St. Albert, Red Oak coming up next. We'll get that on the screen for you. In the meantime, I will just quickly run through a few of our fine sponsors. I want to thank Cutler O'Neill Funeral Home and Crematory. I want to thank St. Albert Alumni and Friends. And surprisingly, there are still a few open lanes for Alumni and Friends bowling. I want to thank the White family and the Glass Doctor. I want to thank the St. Albert Foundation. NARMI Law at NARMILaw.com. Southwest Ortho. Stunts Family Dentistry. Kelly's Carpet and Furniture of Council Bluffs. And your wrestler of the match brought to you by EPCO. And again, thank you to our new owner of StAlbertSportsFan.com, J. Joseph Narmi. Want to thank Joe. If your grandma got ran over by a reindeer, she might be entitled to compensation. NarmiLaw.com. Up next, we will have St. Albert versus Red Oak in a few. Alexis working on the scores there very diligently. Appreciate that. Connor Donegan, down there. Connor's a former 7th grade basketball player of mine. Then he switched over to wrestling. Might have had something to do with his basketball coaching. And now Connor up here doing a great job with the Little Falcon wrestling program, of which my son is involved and absolutely loves it. If your son is interested, have them come on up Tuesday and Thursday nights in the wrestling room, 6 to 7, 7:30. They don't need to know anything about wrestling. They don't even need wrestling shoes. Just a pair of shorts, t-shirt, socks, and they're good to go. And if you've got boys looking to burn a little energy at home, Little Falcon Wrestling is a great way to do it. Tuesday and Thursday nights, they will not wrestle over Christmas break. They will begin wrestling again as soon as they get back in school. St. Albert Wrestling Room, Tuesday and Thursday nights, 6 o'clock. We may try and do a little Zoom action during the Falcon match. We'll have to see. Want to make sure we have the scores correct, though, for you. Should have a couple of pretty entertaining matches coming up. And St. Albert won a duel over Denison earlier. That score was St. Albert 44, Denison 30. St. Albert winners in the match, all with pins. There were a few forfeit wins as well, but let's give you those that wrestled. Zach Williams at 106 with a pin. John Helton at 126 with the pin. Andrew Crawley at 132 with the pin. David Helton at 145 with the pin. Cale McLaren at 170 with the pin. And Ben O'Neill at 195 with the pin.
If you see Joe's sponsorment here on the screen, very interesting.
That's quite the
and saying
certainly memorable, which I think is what you want in advertising.
If you would like your picture, maybe not exactly like Joe's, but if you would like your company, for example, Glass Doctor looks.
Do you want to advertise your business?
Yeah, there you go. You can contact Joe Narmi, new owner of St. Albert Sports Fan. Charles, do you have his number or email or anything?
Joe Narmi at jnarmi, Narmi, at iabar.org. jnarmi at iabar.org.
There you go.
He's the new owner of StAlbertSportsFan.com, and I think he would love the support. It takes money to run this website. So at the very least, you can help support St. Albert and St. Albert activities. We are trying to broadcast more events, but we need your help. For instance, as you're going to find out here very soon, the two people with the headsets tonight know very little about wrestling. Maybe you know something about wrestling. Well, come on up. We've got a match in early January, and we would love for you to throw on a headset and get technical with some terms and teach the audience a little bit about wrestling. All we ask is just stay positive with the kids in the school and give us a little knowledge. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we're going to go silent here for just a moment, and we'll be back in 7 or 8 minutes here for Red Oak Wrestling at St. Albert.
And we are back. Starting again here against Red Oak. Oops, gotta fix the scoreboard.
Charlie Narmy, Alexis Narmy, and Catherine Narmy here on StAlbertSportsFan.com. Red Oak and St. Albert both winners earlier over Denison. This should be a good one. We may try and work the Zoom a little bit if we can, but we want to make sure that scoreboard is right for you. Again, Charlie Narmy, Alexis Narmy, Catherine Narmy here on StAlbertSportsFan.com. The three of us know very little about amateur wrestling, but we will try and call it out the best that we can. We had no other volunteers to help us with the broadcast tonight, so you get us, but we will do the best that we can, and we are pleased and happy to be bringing you the broadcast tonight. Should have a couple of really good matches coming up for you. We've got some really talented wrestlers. John Helton at 126 for St. Albert, older brother, or excuse me, the second of the triplets, David Helton at 145. Cale McLaren at 170 for the Falcons, looks spectacular. 195, Carter Maines for Red Oak, ranked third in the state. He had a 7-second pin earlier. Red Oak will win the first match via forfeit, so they will take an early 6-0 lead.
What was the forfeit for?
St. Albert does not have they did not choose to wrestle a wrestler at that weight.
What weight's this?
So they forfeit. And so this will be John Helton at 126 versus Jonathan Earp. We're at 120. This should be a really good match. John Helton, a freshman, at 120. Jonathan Earp, a senior. Step through, gets Helton down. 2 for Red Oak, a 2-point takedown. We mentioned earlier, we love the wrestling wrestlers pounding on the mat. Really cool between matches. The Red Oak and St. Albert cheerleaders were sharing cheers together, teaching each other a few things. Jonathan Earp, 2-0 lead here on John Helton. At 120, we believe. Excuse me, we're at 126, Alexis. We're at 126. They bumped Earp up to 126
I had it
to
right.
wrestle. Good call. Helton with the reversal. Near back points. Now he'll try and get the turn. Good base though by Red Oak with Earp. Helton potentially dangerous. Can he get him? And this happened to Helton earlier. Nearly had the pin and might get stuck himself. He will. Jonathan Earp with the pin. Helton just a little bit aggressive. That's a senior versus the freshman though right there. The freshman from St. Albert, John Helton, will learn from that. That nearly happened in the Denison match, just a little bit aggressive. And Jonathan Earp from Red Oak will get the win. Red Oak will take the 12-0 lead. Andrew Crawley for St. Albert, a freshman at 132 versus A.J. Schmidt, also a freshman from Red Oak. And because there will be a few forfeits along the way, this will go quickly here. You're probably less than a half an hour away from being done tonight. Good takedown there from Andrew Crawley. Good takedown attempt. Good defense, though, from A.J. Schmidt. There's the 2 points awarded. Andrew Crawley, the freshman. Wonderful family from Red Oak, or excuse me, from Glenwood. Andrew Crawley working. Does he have it? Does he have it? Got to get both shoulders on the mat for a count. He will. Andrew Crowley with the pin. St. Albert fans go crazy. Now that is great sportsmanship right there. Two guys putting on the line, slaps his back and says, turn around. Gives him another little handshake. This will be Cameron Martison from St. Albert. He's a sophomore. So Cameron will get the win there, the automatic forfeit win. So here we go at 145. David Helton for St. Albert. Looks like it'll be Brian Earp from Red Oak. They're checking at the scores table. So it will be Earp versus Helton. So they're checking at the scores table because they're also putting this on the online app. So they have, it's kind of the quick stats of wrestling. David Helton, one of the triplets, 145-pound freshman for St. Albert. Brian Earp, a junior from Red Oak. Helton goes for the takedown. Good defense, though, from Earp. Nearly gets Helton on his back. Now Helton with the takedown attempt. And now Helton's in trouble. He's got the arm pin from Helton. This could, look at Helton's lower body, though, gets working his way out of it. And now Helton with the possible reversal. He will get the reversal for two. Near the edge of the mat. Possible back points coming up. David Helton might have him. Red Oak fans urging their man to get out of bounds.
Getting intense here.
He'll work his way back in. Good match going on. Both hips are out. They'll call him out. Reset him back in the middle. Good action, both sides. Brian Earp from Red Oak. David Helton from St. Albert. They're going to say Helton still had control. He'll start on top. St. Albert coach is imploring him to break him down. Get him flat. Earp trying to get those hips up.
Got about 40 seconds left here.
Helton might have been a little aggressive there. And these are good freshmen for St. Albert, but they are just freshmen. Reversal from Earp. $20 seconds left here in the period. Match is 12-12. And now they'll go out of bounds. Earp will stay on top, though. 11.7 seconds left in the period. Red Oak leading 7-5 here. Earp on top of Helton. Helton's going to stretch out and I think end the period here. St. Albert co-head coaches Devin Yeoman and Jeremy Holsheiser. Coach Yeoman imploring Helton get the elbows through and work his way up. Helton will start in the bottom here. Try and get the 1 point escape. Brian Earp does a good job of bringing him back down. David Helton here. Winner by pin earlier tonight. Seven to 5 at 1:45. Alexis has it correct on the computer. Want to thank all of our fine sponsors tonight. Possible back points here with Earp. Helton needs to stand up if he can. He's got his leg locked right now. Helton, possible reversal. Maybe back points. See the official with the right arm going out the side there. That is usually back points. He'll get two. And now both wrestlers out of bounds, and they'll restart in the middle.
Pretty entertaining to watch.
We believe that Helton now has a
Ooh,
9-7 lead. 1 minute to go here in the second period. One arm in the elbow, one underneath the stomach. Helton just a freshman. This is good mat action for him. Good time on the mat. These freshmen need that. Going to get back points here. And try and drive Earp into the mat. Earp in real trouble here now.
35 seconds.
And David Helton get the pin. Almost got him. Got to get both shoulders on the mat. Not quite there, and Helton will reset. Might have him here 15 seconds left in the period. I'm not sure Earp's getting out of this.
Five seconds.
He'll get it. David Helton with the pin with 3 seconds to go in the second period. Great work by the freshman, David Helton. Looks like Red Oak will get the win at 152. Falcons have a 52 wrestler, but he's not wrestling tonight. And we'll go to 160.
I believe
Justin McCunn versus Cale Hobbs.
he is sick, to my understanding.
We're at 160 pounds here. That'll be 18-18. Cale Hobbs from St. Albert. Justin McCune from Red Oak. Justin looked really good earlier against Denison. Takedown, he'll let him up. So we'll start in neutral. 2-1, Red Oak leads. Justin McCune looked really good. Here he goes to the single leg. He'll get it. He's got to let him down gently. He does. Cale Hobbs works his way to his stomach, though. Good work. Should be 4-1 Red Oak. It is. He'll let him up. Justin wants some mat time here. Good fight from Cale Hobbs. And now he'll try and go for the pin. Justin McCune, 160 pounds. Good fight from Cale Hobbs, just a freshman from St. Albert. St. Albert has every weight filled this year except 120 when they're fully healthy. Justin McCune with the pin over Cale Hobbs at 160 pounds, and Red Oak will take a 24-18 lead. This next one should be a doozy. Cale McLaren at 170. He's a junior. Bruce Lukart, a senior from Red Oak. Both with pins earlier. Both wildly entertaining matches earlier. Cale McLaren, Bruce Lukart, 170 pounds, St. Albert, Red Oak. Red Oak leads the duel 24-18. Both very aggressive wrestlers. Feisty, too.
Competitive.
Cale and Bruce feeling things out early. 30 seconds here into the first. Minute and a half to go. In college, they wrestle 3-2-2. Here in high school, they wrestle 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Trying for the single leg on Cale. Cale had a good shot on him earlier in the first match and was able to fight it off. Lukart in, though, deep. No points awarded just yet. Good work by McLaren. Still in a stall, or in a stalemate. Now potentially dangerous, and they'll restart him. Yeoman saying keep those hips on top. We start back in neutral. Just over a minute to go here in the first. Cale McLaren and Bruce Lucart. You see a match like this with no points, you know it's very competitive. Both with great defense. Underhooks by Red Oak.
45 seconds left here.
McLaren keeps the hips back. Again, Charlie Narmy, Alexis Narmy, and Catherine Narmy here on StAlbertSportsFan.com, none of which know a whole lot about amateur wrestling. But thanks for joining us here on StAlbertSportsFan.com. McLaren goes in deep, no action though, no points awarded either side. Might have a stalemate here. Referee looking to maybe come in. Years ago they would let this go. In today's day and age, they're a little quicker to blow the whistle. They're going to let high schoolers try and work their way out of it though. 5, 6, 5, 4. Now McLaren, no points awarded though yet. We're still in stale. No points, and that'll be it. No points awarded in the first. Really good match so far. Cale McLaren, Bruce Lucart as we go to the second. It'll be McLaren's choice. He'll defer to the third. And Bruce will take down, try and get the escape point. Low scoring match. That one escape point might be huge. Lucart works his way up. McLaren still in the dominant position. And there's the escape awarded to Red Oak. 1-0. Lucart leads over McLaren. Gotta watch the heads. One of the great pictures we've had in a long time. Cale McLaren, after a loss, just looked like a real wrestler on StAlbertSportsFan.com. No takedown awarded yet to Lucart. Cale McLaren doing a nice job fighting it off. We're at 170 pounds, second period. Red Oak leads 1-0 in the match, 24-18 in the meet. No points awarded yet. Great defense there by McLaren. Still fighting it off. And now they'll give the two to Red Oak. McLaren will give it up, go to his stomach. 45 seconds to go here in the second. Both wrestlers will soon be fighting fatigue. McLaren to his feet. Lucart gets him down.
Yes, sir.
20 seconds left here in the period. 3-0, Lucart leads.
There you go.
7 seconds left here in the period. Really good defense from McLaren. He's just going to save it here for the third. So it'll be McLaren's choice. You'd think he might go down and try to go for the escape and then a takedown to tie it up. He might go neutral here, though. Might feel a little better on his feet. He will. So McLaren trails 3-0 as we enter the third, 2-minute third period. Cale McLaren needs a takedown and points. Goes into the single leg, has it deep. Needs to get the head up. McLaren can't quite get him up. We're still in neutral. No points awarded yet. And now Lucart he'll have the takedown for two. He leads 5-0, minute 25 to go here in the third. Really competitive match, though. And there's the escape from McLaren. He needs a takedown and more. Takedown will be worth 2. He'll need back points to tie or take the match. 1:03 to go here in the third. Bruce Lucart, Cale McLaren, 170 pounds, StAlbertSportsFan.com. Lucart in on the takedown attempt. McLaren again fights it off. McLaren might have something. 45 seconds to go here in the third. He'll get the 2 for the takedown. Now he needs back points. It's 5-3. He'll let him up. It's now 6-3. He needs the takedown. 6-3, 25 seconds to go. McLaren might want to let him go at this point. 19 seconds to go here in the third. 6-3. Luke Hart leads McLaren, 170 pounds. 8 seconds. Luke Hart's going to fight him off. Oh, good attempt for McLaren. He'll get 2. 6-5, no back points. Does he get 2 back points? If he does, he wins the match by 1. They're going to give 2 to McLaren on the back points. McLaren 7-6 winner. Gets the takedown and 2 back points for the 7-6 win. The Red Oak coaching staff is not disputing it. That is a fantastic comeback from Cale McLaren.
Wow.
A little magic here at the Palace.
Now 21-24.
Cale's mom is fired up. Cale's sister telling Cale's mom, calm down. That was a wrestling match. A fantastic high school wrestling match. Okay, here we go. 195 pounds, Ben O'Neill from St. Albert versus Carter Maines from Red Oak. Carter is the number 3 wrestler in the state for Red Oak. He had a 7-second pin earlier for Red Oak. Maines is the first cousin of St. Albert great Jake Tilly. Ben O'Neill, 195 pounds. Carter Maines, number 3 ranked wrestler from Red Oak. Red Oak leads the match 30-21. O'Neill's already lasted longer than Maine's first opponent. St. Albert cheerleaders nearly taken out.
Whoops.
Carter Maines, 3rd ranked wrestler in the state. O'Neill rolls out of trouble, stays aggressive, and Maines is going to make him pay for it. Good bridge by Ben O'Neill. Coach Jeremy Holsheiser says take your chest to him. That got him out of it for a little bit. But Maines knows how to finish. 11 straight pins on the year for Carter Maines. Make that 12. 3rd ranked wrestler in the state, Carter Maines from Red Oak. 12th straight pin to start the year. And he'll get the win over Ben O'Neill at 195. Makes the score 36-21. And St. Albert will wrestle Gage Somerville at 220. Somerville might be getting the forfeit win here. He will, makes it 36-27. Zach Williams is ready to go for the Falcons, but we've got a heavyweight coming up for Red Oak. Hunter Portalese is going to get the win, I believe. St. Albert has a heavyweight, but they will not wrestle him tonight. A few of the Falcons just aren't ready for prime time yet. They're going to wait for later in the year, which I think is a very smart move.
At 106 for the Falcons, Zach Williams. For the Tigers, Brandon Earp.
All right, here we go at 106. Zach Williams, the freshman from St. Albert. Brandon Earp, the freshman from Red Oak. Both won by pin against Denison. 106. Red Oak leads 42-27 overall. Zach Williams and Brandon Earp. Earp, 2-point takedown early on. Both freshmen, as we said, as you normally see at the 106 weight class. Again, as we said earlier, St. Albert will fill out every weight this year except possibly 120. It's been years since St. Albert has been able to say that. Charlie and Army, Alexis and Army, Catherine and Army here on the broadcast with you tonight. We will have St. Albert Sports Fan broadcast tomorrow night as the Saints and Falcons will host Shenandoah. Not sure who will be on the call for those. We think the Mad Statter might be on the boys' call. But we will have live video of both games. Christmas at the Palace tomorrow night on StAlbertSportsFan.com. Ope reaches underneath. Can he get the spin and the pin? It's close. Zach Williams needs to fight it off. Get that right foot back over. He's trying to get it back on the ground.
45 seconds.
Ope's almost got it, but look at the fight in Zach Williams. Thirty seconds to go. Great fight from Zach Williams against Brandon Earp.
15 seconds.
Zach might work his way out of it. 10 seconds to go in the period. That is fight and guts from Zach Williams from St. Albert. And now look at Williams in on the takedown attempt. Won't get it, but that is great fight from the freshman Zach Williams. Earp wants to stay up neutral. And we've got a little bit of a medical timeout. I want to thank Narmi Law. If your grandma got run over by a helicopter,
Reindeer.
Excuse me, I'm from a distance. If your grandma got run over by a reindeer, she may be entitled to compensation. Joe Narmi at NarmiLaw.com. That ad is a beauty.
Oh, boy. When he was riding that horse, he decided to go scare a bunch of cattle away. I believe I have a video of that somewhere.
Save it. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh, yeah.
Red Oak leads this 42-27. Cleaning both wrestlers up a little bit. Great Nick Fink in 1997, St. Albert graduate. Working on both wrestlers.
It's kind of like those boxing matches.
Outstanding fight from Zach Williams, who fought off the pin for 30 seconds. Red Oak wins the toss for the second period selection. They will defer, so that means they take the third period selection. Williams from St. Albert wants to stay on his feet and go neutral. Earp from Red Oak leads 5-0 as we enter the second. Williams really aggressive on the pin. What I like about these freshmen for St. Albert is they are very aggressive. This is something you normally can't teach in sports. Either they have it or they don't. Williams very aggressive. We might pay for it here. Brandon Earp the takedown and the three for the back. Puts him ahead 10-0. Brandon Earp working deep. And again, great fight from Zach Williams. Gets to his stomach. Want to thank Jack Narmi for joining us here on StAlbertSportsFan.com and his little Falcon Wrestling Club.
Want to thank Sunburst for checking in tonight. I think they're watching it on their TV.
Excellent. Long time no see. 55 seconds to go here in the second. Red Oak leading the match 10-0.
Forty seconds left.
Brandon Earp over Zach Williams. Williams has had chances, just not been able to finish, and each time Earp has made him pay. One point for either a stall or locked hands. I'm not sure which one. And they'll go back to the center. Earp will maintain top position. 18 seconds to go here in the second. Coach Holsheiser and Coach Devin Yeoman for the Falcons. Co-head coaches, managers Gabby Brownfield and Hannah Williams. Cheerleaders Ryan Donor, Macy Higginbotham, Sarah Vargas, Brianna Kiley, and Hannah Williams.
Suri Vargas.
And cheer coach Jenna Dunn, assisted by Lisa Dunning. So they'll stay neutral as we begin the third. It's a 10-1 lead for Brandon Earp from Red Oak against Zach Williams from St. Albert. Williams has stayed aggressive at every opportunity. He knows he needs magic. He gets the takedown. Takedown, we have blood. So it's 10-3. Williams will need a pin.
Finals week this week.
How'd it go?
Finals.
Well, that sounds encouraging as a tuition-paying parent. But I hear you don't have school tomorrow. Is that true?
I personally do not have to go to school because all my finals are done, but others will have to if they have classes.
Would this include your brother and sisters?
Yes, all three of them will be required to go to school tomorrow.
Okay. Catherine, that means early bedtime.
Well, I think that she might be having a Christmas party tomorrow. Is that correct?
Really?
Elementary gets Christmas parties? Ooh, she says she has a half day.
A half day with a Christmas party.
Ooh. Christmas activities, not a party. Christmas activities.
So we're working on blood here from Brandon Earp. And Williams will wait and be ready to wrestle. Love the festive spirit from the Red Oak coaching staff.
Some Santa hats.
I want to thank you for joining us here on StAlbertSportsFan.com.
Okay, what's the two hands up mean?
Two hands means we're going to start in neutral position.
What's the circle?
They're inside the small circle, and 1 foot has to be inside of that rectangular area when they start.
Yeah, that's a
So
little
it's 11-3
confusing.
with 1:35 to go here in the third. See, I thought that Williams had position there. I'm surprised they didn't start him down, but maybe Williams wanted to start up knowing he needed more action. The
There's
two-point takedown from Red Oak will make it 13-3. Brandon Earp and Zach Williams at 106. We'll see if we can get the camera over there a little bit. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors who help make this website and this broadcast possible. If you would ever like to join us and be on a headset for a broadcast, we would love to have you. Simply ask that you be positive about the kids in the school and offer the fans at home a little bit of knowledge. 42-27, last match of the meet. 13-3 here, Earp over Williams. Young squad from St. Albert this year. No seniors, 3 juniors in Cale McLaren, Ben O'Neill, and Jack Anderson.
Anderson, a transfer this year from East Mills. Good effort here by both sides.
Yes, 14 seconds to go here. Well, that's some good zoom there.
That might have hurt.
Yes, a lot of wrestling is very painful.
Well,
Earp over Williams, 13-4. Give Zach Williams from St. Albert all the credit in the world. He fought like crazy the entire match. Could have been pinned early, kept fighting, and kept staying aggressive. And the Red Oak fans know that cheer quite well. St. Albert looking to build their tradition here. Chase Sandholm, also a cousin of the great Jake Gentili. At 113 will get the forfeit win. St. Albert has a 113 wrestler, just not wrestling tonight.
Congratulate Tegan Aliska for his 100th win.
Coach Tegan Poldiska from Red Oak celebrating his 100th dual win at Red Oak. That is a school with some serious wrestling tradition. Great work. Congratulations to Coach Poldiska from Red Oak. St. Albert with great fight tonight, but they will fall to Red Oak 52-27. For Alexis Narmy, Catherine Narmy, Jack Narmy here all on the broadcast tonight. I'm Charlie Narmy. We will have the broadcast live with you tomorrow night as the Saints and Falcons host Shenandoah here for Christmas at the Palace. We hope to offer another wrestling match for you in early January, so make sure you check out StAlbertSportsFan.com. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you tomorrow night.